What's up YouTube, Kyron back up in here with another video, and today we have my long-awaited Levi's collection video. If you guys don't know, my addiction for Levi's denim goes so deep. If you guys are not up on the Levi's wave, I strongly recommend it. One, it's affordable. For the most part, if you're looking into vintage Levi's jeans, they'll range from like 5, 10, 20 bucks. If you thrift them, vintage curated shops, 40 to 150 range if they're trying to tax. And then it could get kind of pricey in the 150 to like $1,000 range if you want to get something a little bit more obscure, unique, individualistic, whatever. That's what you could look to expect when buying into Levi's jeans. Just giving you a little wrap-up information. I am by no means a vintage expert. I know there's a lot of vintage purists out there, so if anything needs to be corrected, by all means go in the comments. You have my full range, okay? I have limited knowledge. I don't know everything. I know some things because, I don't know, I like to get educated on whatever I'm buying into, of course. So for the most part, most of these jeans are in fact vintage. That means that they're 20 plus years old. I know for a fact that the Levi's factory in the US closed in 2003, I believe, the San Francisco one. Most of them are all made in US or made in Canada, so that's a good way of deeming that they're vintage. I think only 1 or 2 of them are made in like Colombia or something like that. Ignore that, allow that. I just feel like they're nice seasoned jeans and they fit perfectly, so I don't care if they're not vintage, quote unquote. They're just great jeans. But to sum all of this video up, my vintage Levi's collection video, enjoy it. The first little stack of denim is going to be the stuff that I actually have for sale slash I'm kind of willing to let go of because I have accumulated quite a good few that I would like in my rotation right now, and I'm willing to let some of them go because through the process of buying into them, you end up finding pairs that are great and you think they're perfect, and then you find other ones that they kind of match up to a similar level, if not better, so you're willing to let go of the other ones. That's just the way it goes for me. It's trial and error. All of them don't fit the same. It's not like buying something brand new in the store, so be patient. If you guys are looking to get some of these, I'm gonna leave in the description where I got most of my pairs and where you guys could find some of your own. That's about it. That sums up the little intro into this video. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first pair here we have is a pair of 517 vintage Levi's. These are orange tabs, size 33 by 33, but unfortunately they do not fit in that way, so I will not be able to try these on for you. I just figured I'd run through them real quick. These are in fact from the for sale pile, and the next couple of pairs will be, so I figured I might as well just go through them real quick just to showcase them to you guys. Definitely one of the more popular pairs right now, especially with the whole flared pant trend going on. I personally just love buying into these because they complement my body type so well, so you'll be seeing a good couple of pairs of 517 Levi's in this collection, or just bootcut denim slash flared Levi's in case they're like a woman's pair or something like that nature. But these are a great pair if you're looking into getting some new denims, so check these out. They'll probably be listed on my Depop or something like that soon. Next up, we have a pair of 550s. 550s are not my favorite fitting pair of Levi's, but I got into this habit of finding 550s that had the perfect wash, and I was like, I can make them work. And unfortunately, it was not a waste of money. I definitely got some good wears out of them last summer, but by no means did they complement my body the most because they in fact taper at the ankle and have wider thighs, and that's literally what I'm trying to counterbalance by getting into flared pants. So these did not do my body justice, but the wash was just perfect, so I ended up buying into them anyways. Got a good amount of wear out of them, but now they've just seen their claim to fame, and I'm sure someone else will get a lot more use out of them than I will. If you have skinny legs, then these are perfect for you, but if you have wider thighs, then probably not the best style of Levi's to buy into. Next up, we have another pair of 550s. These are tempting to let go of, but at the same time probably not, because the distressing is just so perfect. And once again, the wash, I'm a sucker for a good wash, and even if the fit isn't good, then I'll buy into it. This was just beautiful distressing. They had like a nice little rip right where the pocket is, and that's the only real detail throughout it, but it's just like a nice perfect bleached out wash, super light. And I ended up cutting off the bottoms and splitting the inseam up a couple inches just so that it would fall on shoes a little bit more how I liked them to. But other than that, they were just not the exact fit that I liked, like I said before, so I might let them go. I might not though, because of the alterations that I did to them, so they kind of do fit a little bit better than they started off at. So I'm on the fence with these ones. Next up, we have a pair of vintage 505 Levi's. They're pretty standard of a wash, just like a traditional Canadian blue denim. Nothing too crazy on these ones, just pretty standard. The only thing is that I felt like I had a lot of other pairs that kind of fit this bill a little bit better than these do. These were just a bit too plain for my liking, especially with the other ones that I have in my current collection. So I figured someone else would get a lot more wear out of these than I would. So that's why they're on the chopping block. But other than that, there's really nothing wrong you could say about these jeans. 505s is like a modern take on the 501. So if these are something of interest to you, definitely go check them out once I list them. Can't go wrong with a classic fitting and a fitting pair of Levi's or wash of Levi's. So if you're looking to buy into something like this, then there you have it. Now getting into my personal pairs. These are the ones that are not leaving my closet. Definitely love every single one of these. Probably not gonna let them go for a very long time. First up, we have a heavy hitter. These are the Unsound Rags reworked denim, the controversy denim. If you guys don't know about these were listed for $440. So I kind of lied about the pricing thing earlier on in this video. These are definitely a heavier ticket item, but rightfully so because of all the details that go into them. They fit insane and the wash is just immaculate along with the details. If you guys want more information on this denim, I will definitely include them in a recent pickups video soon, but just for now, you could just look over all of the details and the fitting for now as a little teaser for that pickups video, but they are nothing short of beautiful. Next up, we have in a similar fashion to the last pair, vintage pair of 505s with a similar wash, just washed out black, very wearable. I tend to wear these when I paint. I've been getting into painting recently, so there is a little bit of paint on the knee. Nothing too crazy though, like I'm not like putting these under fire or like just painting like a maniac, like I'm not painting houses, but I've definitely put these through a little bit more stress than my other denims, so that's why these have been kind of a staple as a black pant, black wider relaxed pant for me, because I also sized up on these. These are a 33 by 34 and I'm normally a 31 or 32 waist, and the length and the width is just a bit more relaxed. So I belt these, and these are more of a casual pant for me. So I definitely enjoy these a whole lot. Hard to find a good black washed pair of Levi's because I feel like a lot of people look into that currently. Next up, this is a pair of vintage Levi's that I got from a vintage seller out of Toronto. His name is Clarendon, I believe. Sorry about that, I'm kind of blanking, but these are definitely one of my favorite pairs. I kind of know which pair it is by this. There's this little distressing on the back of the leg, and they're just a solid pair of vintage Levi's. They're a pair of 501s, but they're very slim for a 501. I don't know what happened with this specific year. It's either it shrunk or they decided to do like a modern take on the 501 during this time, but they just fit like none other, like nothing else compared to the rest of my collection of vintage Levi's. So that's why they've stayed for so long. If I want something a bit more presentable, something that I could wear with like a blazer or like a fancy shirt, then this is my go-to pair of denim. Next up is a contender for probably my favorite pair of vintage Levi's, just because of the wash and the casual nature of how I found this pair. I literally got this for 20 bucks out of Theos, which is a store out of Montreal. The wash is just very unique, very sandy, and yeah, they just fit quite nice. A 34 by 36, which is an odd fitting for me personally, but once you belt them and just take note of all the beautiful washing in it and the way it fits and stacks on pants, then it's just, you know, it's a winner right out the gate. And yeah, this is just an example that you don't have to spend a ton of money on vintage Levi's in order for them to be a beautiful pair of jeans. You could just run into your local vintage curated stores and find a gem with ease. I'm telling you, it's that simple. Another contender for my top favorite jeans. These are the Selvage pair of 501s. These are Redline vintage Levi's. Super rare to come by. Definitely spent a lot more money on these compared to the rest of the denim, but not as expensive as the unsigned ragged ones, of course, but these were definitely more of an investment pair of Levi's. I got these from Old Clothes Are Cool, and I got them repaired from my local tailor. So that's where all of the reinforced repaired distressing comes into play. Can't wait to really wear these in more in the summertime so that the repairs could kind of relax a little bit and have more form to my body. Tons of details in these, and I can't wait to give them more of a story than they already currently have. These are like insanely old. I think they're like 30 or 40 years old. My math is horrible, but beautiful pair of jeans. Next up is a pair that a couple people ask me on because they're not 517s, but a great pair of pants to say the least. I thrifted these at Value Village a while ago in the women's section, so I highly recommend you guys go check out the women's section because you'll find some low-key gems. These are marked a size 10M. I have no idea what that means for women's, and I think they're a 573 model. That's just me guessing because the made in Canada tags are normally different on these pairs of Levi's, but this is just a really deep blue indigo on this pair. It's a white tab. I think that indicates that it's a women's pair, but I could be wrong. You guys could comment on that in the comments below. But yeah, just a women's pair of flared denim. These complement my body very well. A little bit tight on the thigh, but if you wear a longer tee, it looks a little bit less feminine than they're intended to be. So yeah. Next up, we have a pair from my grandfather's closet. If you guys never seen, I did a video of like rating my grandfather's closet for vintage clothing. He has a ton of clothes, and he actually had a bunch of orange tab Levi's tuck. Out of the 4 or 5 pairs that he had, this is the one that I kept just because it was very unique, super long, and complemented his body very well. He has long legs. I have semi-long legs, but he got these in a 34 obviously because he's built different, and I just felt like it was a great testament to my grandfather's style. He's a carpenter, or like a woodworker if you want to call him that. He works on flooring for the most part, so I have a lot of his like pre-distressed garments, and he never really worked too much in these, but they were just a great pair of orange tab Levi's with a unique wash. I couldn't let them go. So that's that. And the last pair we have here is a pair of loose boot cut vintage Levi's. These are the 567s, I believe that's what they're called. Basically the loose variation of the 517s is what these are. I got these out of Black Market in Toronto. They have some knee distressings. They're super grimy on the thighs, and a unique wash. These are by no means a quote-unquote vintage pair, but they have a lot of character in them, so I classify them as that. I don't care what the purists say, but by far one of my favorite pants in my collection for sure because of how unique they are. I get a lot of compliments on these, and people try to ask to buy them off of me all the time because of how special they are. So I think that just shows why people love them. I guess. Next up, we have a pair of 517 Levi's. These are not a pair of vintage ones because they're made in Colombia, I believe, but I don't care. They have great characteristics to them. Like I said before, the 517s do my body very justice because I have wider thighs. So anything that flares out at the bottom and makes my legs look really long is a win-win for me. They also have natural distressing on the knees. Both knees are blown out, and they just look very like organic and not premeditated like some of the new ones are. And I just love these. 36 length, and they fit me perfect in the waist, so I can't wait to wear these in the summer along with my Bottega Veneta platform boots. I just feel like that's going to be a simple, well thought, elevated outfit for the summertime. Can't beat it. Bow. And that is everything, you guys. that is my Levi's collection. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I have a ton of freaking pairs, so that is why I'm letting go of a couple of them. It's gonna be hard because I love hoarding these pants. I don't know why I have an obsession with them, but you guys can help me out with that. I'm gonna alleviate some of my closet and put it on Depop. I'm putting my foot down. It's getting too crazy in here, so I have to let some stuff go. So I feel like you guys will be able to help me out with that. I'm gonna leave a whole bunch of links in the description as to where you could find your own vintage Levi's, as well as my personal selling Depop account, so that you guys could get some items from this video or from my closet, whatever that may be. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was so much fun to make, especially to just see all of the pants that I've accumulated over the past couple of years now. And it just shows that you don't have to spend too much money in order to get a great fitting pair of pants. And I've neglected pants for so long. I've talked about this for a little bit now, but bottoms are so important to an outfit. If you guys invest in a good pair of bottoms, and investing doesn't mean too much money. It could or couldn't, but I'm just saying, bottoms, don't overlook bottoms. Very important. Definitely go check them out. That's all I have to say for this video. Make sure to like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Follow the boy on Instagram. GOTSWEIGE is where you keep up to date with me more frequently. I post fit pics, this and that, so that's what you can check out on there. I'm gonna see you guys on the next time. Peace.
Jam said do this shit in 1 second. I'm gonna do it right now. You feel me?